What have we got right now? We got ourselves Arthur on Team Blue with Captura. We also got Christia Pelcher coming back in as a Boomkin and Stun All Day. I wonder what he is going to do. Kenny on the Team Red playing that Arcane Mage 14 in the back. We got Snoopy as well. Lock back in again. Is he going to play another spec by any chance? Do you have like Affliction by any chance that you play? Because I would love to watch like a really well geared Warlock with great experience play some Affliction, and we got Doku in the back as well. I think still playing some Assassination, although Night Elves with this Mog, with these daggers, I would love for that to be a Subtlety. Either way, boys, good luck and have fun as per usual for all the Druids. Be out of stealth and out of form, except for Pelcher because he's going up first and he's a Boomkin. But Pharaohs, be out of form and out of stealth so you don't give your allies a buff. A lot of Pharaohs run with a buff where every time you crit, like on a 5 or 3 second turn of cooldown, every time you crit, you get hit for like 5% of your health. That seems like a lot. Is Pelcher popping in a tank trinket, declaring an edict against Canny? He's just popped in a tank trinket, so he takes less arcane damage. That might be the way to go for the Boomkin. Try to see if you can get a little bit of absorb against magic damage in particular. Opening up, getting some dots on the Canny, and Canny is going to get some bowling going with an arcane orb in the opener. For Candy, though, this is going to be quite a long duel. Out of all those two, though, I feel like the Arcane Mage still wins. Like, Arcane is all about the sustained pressure, sustained damage, and not being interruptible by Pelcher at all, and cannot interrupt him ever, except for like once every minute. That might be rough. The Arcane missiles are chasing after him, and Pelcher is going to go for a bit of a re-heal behind the pillar, but Candy is going to blink on top of him and get some interrupts rolling, some damage right after Pelcher actually drop it through one of his trades, popped in a shield, and that's going to be Candy right in front of him yet again, blink in front of Pelcher. He's just surrounded by one mage. But he's literally surrounded from every angle. That's going to be a crucible to get himself in the middle of a self-heal rolling. I wonder if that edict was actually helping him that much to deal with the magic damage. That's going to be a knock-up on Pelcher as he's trying to get his cast off. Finally trying to go for yet another regrowth. Doesn't get it again. Blink for Candy with an intro. Popping cooldown. So Pelcher is in a bad spot. Bashes to Candy. He trinkets out of it. And Candy could maybe blink back on top of him. Is going to get another slow into Pelcher. Arcane missiles are flying. Pelcher is forced to use his renewal. No Barskin available. He's just put so far behind against this Arcane Mage. Popping in Incarnation. This is his big go. Is going to get a silence on the Candy. Does land a silence on Arcane. Maybe might be able to do enough damage here. Getting the Star Surges back to back. He's trying to get a regrowth going. Not getting interrupted. Getting knocked up instead. And Pelcher is going to go down. Candy just obliterating him. That edict did almost nothing for you. Which is a little bit sad, bud. It's a little bit sad. I would ask what Hamburger would run for trinkets. I would use what he's been doing. Because he's been around for these, man. Might know a thing or two. Going to be a root on the Candy. By Captura is going to go for a war stomp, so he's going to put a heavy DR into Candy when it comes to stuns, but maybe he doesn't even need it. Maybe he just needs bleeds and bites, and that's all he needs. Needs to go for power shifting, is power shifting those roots whenever he can. Candy trying to maintain his max distance from this Pharaoh, is going to knock him up as he sees a wall coming out of Captura. Used to make sure he has a way to slow him every single go that he gets to. Shields are up and running to deal with the blades. Captura almost next to him. Needs to get Captura down below 50% of the health to actually knock out one of his Azeroth traits. That's going to be a Skull Bash getting missed by Captura. Candy's going to continue bailing over from the guy. Is going to get through a shield. And that's going to be no Azeroth extra damage on top of that. 40 seconds for it. That's going to be Arcane Mage chasing, forcing a wall for Captura. Playing super defensive. Trying to see if he can tank out behind the pillar. That's going to be an interrupt onto the regrowth. No wall available. Actually might be dead right here, boys. That's going to be trying to see if he can get away. Another Arcane Missiles coming out. Knock up as he's trying to get a heal into Arcane Missiles. Does he have enough health right here? Trying to get himself a regrowth going. Barely any health left. Regrowth does finally come out. The Rejuve and Regrowth are doing work, making sure to put up Rejuve on himself. Swiftman maybe right after, but he's got all the heals in the world rolling for him. Is getting interrupted yet again. Bash onto Candy. He chickens out of it immediately. Captura still in a very, very bad spot. Needs to get himself some sort of heal. Down he goes. That was the cheesiest gameplay for Candy. Blinking around these boys. And that's going to be another Feral? Oh my god. This dude is slaying druids. Third Druid back to back. Can he make sure to be mounted up at least? But he has exactly the strategy he needs in order to deal with a Feral. Just needs to maintain him away from himself. The knock up, the slows are going to be important. Looks like there was a little bit of lag for Kenny. Hopefully that doesn't disrupt his gameplay. Needs to juke out of the Skull Bash, and that's exactly what he does. Temporal onto Kenny right now. And it looks like he tried to blink back, but didn't get far enough blink away from Arthur. And that's going to be an Invis for a second. Bash to Candy. No way out of it. Arthur finally gets able to get some damage in. Better put out some big mean bleeds onto Candy. Candy is going to have a trinket rolling, I think, to increase his health a little bit to tank up some of this damage. Arthur is going to throw another Crucible at him. Trinkets out of the root right now. Why would you do that? I guess against a mage, you can really trinket anything. Maybe he was thinking maybe trinket out of the root, stay in cat form, do some damage. Make sure that every global matters, because it does take a global to shift out. And Caddy is just going to try to go for an Invis. This is going to be an actual Invis that does give him like 60% damage reduction for a little bit. Stealing the Thorns away from the Feral. I just noticed that. So Arthur might not want to hit this mage for a little bit. Arcane Mage is coming out with a Temporal to follow. Arthur again playing very defensive. Might want to go for a self-heal. War Stomp Clutch coming out. Needs to get himself a heal rolling right now. Does get himself yet another instant cast. Still trying to chug the damage into Candy, but Candy is doing just fine. Bash to stop him in place. That's going to be Crucible Candy offensively. And Arthur barely has any health. Regrowths are coming out as often as he can. Arcane Missiles don't take him out. And that's 3 Druids in a row, boys. Oh my god. And a Hodge out of Crysters. And Caddy is going to bail out of Christia. Hodge out of Christia. Caddy is going to bail out. Hodge coming out. Oh my god. That's just so much damage. Caddy just obliterating these Ferals. But now he has to deal with the unholy the holy damage of a Paladin. Hand of Freedom over there. With a pony up. Does steal the Hand of Freedom, so that's going to be huge for Canny. As long as Canny can find a way to re-heal somehow, one way or another, he might have a chance. Because Christian doesn't have a Hand of Freedom. He doesn't talent into it. So Canny can never be caught. Polymorph coming out. Oh, wait, did he just avoid the trinket? That trinket was running at him, and it looks like as soon as the Polymorph, the trinket stopped. The damage was nullified. I wonder if Christia does have his trinket, like, used up. Like, is the cooldown down? You know what I mean? Canny recovering a bit of that health right now. Whatever Instacast he can use, every time he uses an Instacast, he gains a little bit of health back. With dampening being only 7%, he does get a lot of value out of all the Instacasts. Every single time he gets a cast off. So many instas. And it's actually going to go for some damage right now. Popping in CDs. Christian not looking that good. Might be a bubble out of Christian right here. Christian trying to pull Caddy next to some line of sight, so you might be able to get around and finally get a Hodge. Landing that Hodge, and Caddy's looking quite healthy. Christian needs to go for a full setup. Wings are up and running. Blood of the enemy available. That's going to be ruined to Christia. Does he have a Hand of Freedom? He does, but he gets stolen immediately. Blink offensively for Caddy to interrupt Christian. Trinket out of the Paladin. Does he have a chance here at all? And I think that's going to be enough damage for Christian to stop in his tracks and just like, I'm done. I'm done with this mage. I don't care. I don't care. It looks like Subtlety wants to give him a chance. Yeah, it looks like he wants to give him a full-blown chance. He is playing a rogue. He knows that he has advantage. We're only 7 minutes in. Oh my god. Subtlety, you got so many people. You got Snoopy. You got Snoopy. You got Snoopy, you got Toth, you got Doku, you got Fortune to get through him. Candy is just going to be the first roadblock in your life. And Candy is just going to let him open. He's not going to go for a full Arcane Explosions. He's like, you can let me get a heal. I'll let you get the opener. I think it's fair. Going to be an opener by the rogue. Mark for the kidney available. Candy checking it out of that kidney immediately. Subtlety did shout a step for it. He's using everything he can. Crucibles are flying, trying to get the damage rolling onto Candy. He does have a shield up and running. So he was able to shield through a lot of the Crucible damage. The dots are there. Arcane Mage is trying to come out. Candy does not have the blinks in order to get away from the guy. Does hit him with a root for a second. Arcane Mage is coming out. It's going to be vanished out of Subtlety. Into another Rigor Road into Caddy. He does increase his health for a little bit. Going to be full cooldowns on a Subtlety. Caddy does not have an Ice Block for this one. Might be able to temporal this. Polymorph coming out onto the rogue. Does he trick it out of it? He does. Shadow Step it onto Caddy. Locking him out on Arcane. Actually, he is down for nothing he can do. Very well played by Subtlety. But also very well played by Caddy. I was thinking it was going to be a big old Arcane Mage 1v5, and Doku not letting Caddy, not giving Subtlety a chance to recover. Shadow Step on top of him blind. Trinkets out of it and turn it around on Doku with a kidney shot. Evasion available for Subtlety right now. Doku trying to do whatever he can. Is going to get himself a concoction. Cloak Shot is being burned right now. Subtlety is sitting healthy for a bit. Evasion still available for Doku when he goes in for damage. Shot. That's going to be a vanish into a cheap shot. Maybe a kidney shot onto Subtlety. He needs to find a way to recover right now. Still holding on to... no, he doesn't doesn't have a blind anymore, actually. That was his blind onto Doku. Shortest stun in the world by Doku. Subtlety could still recover on this. Doku does not have a trick and swap it to the wrong guy. That's my beam. Getting a shot. Doku doesn't have anything. Fully done it up, even with an evasion. Nothing he can do, and Subtlety is going to go for a bit of recovery. Fortune running in there. The rogue is going to catch himself a restart unless the dots are still rolling. So he is going to let the rogue open, but he's not going to let the rogue get a full re-stealth regardless. Fortune, this guy's on your team. Why would you make him dead mid and then sacrifice him? And then set him on fire? He was on your team. Subtlety, is he going to open up without any dots? What? What? Why would you do that? Oh my god, stun. Why would you do that? Actually, look at Fortune. Was that a kitten shot out of a sap, or did Fortune just kind of sit and like sit for a little bit after that sap? But stun being out of a trinket orc racial is the only thing he has left to get him out of the stun a little bit early. No vanish available for a few seconds. Doesn't have anything for this touch of death. It might take before vanish comes in. It vanished actually right before the touch of death took him out, but corroded Fortune because he dragon kicked on top of him and down he goes. You know what? He probably would have had better karma if he didn't flag Candy, but because he did, the karma turned around on you, my guy. That vanish came out really, really clutch at the end. I gotta give you that one. That was very well done. Damn, dude. Damn. Alrighty, who else we got? We got Joe. Got a group ready? Alright, man.